batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Here, ready to move out.
The purpose of our two previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Enjoy them as much as any bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration,
Who's that, Mum?
whereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, are celebrated with a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
Let me think, just let me
I
think.
suspect even now, orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way.
It's Chancellor Sutler.
Damn it!
Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
You designed it, sir. You wanted it foolproof. You told me every television in London.
Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
I'll never join you!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
We move south to find Navia.
Let Crixus and the other Gauls chase lost hope. Spartacus!
The decision's been made. We must stand as one. Or fall divided. A lesson hard learned. Shackle will be struck from every slave upon our path. We will see our numbers grow. And when they have become legion, we will face Glaber and the hordes of Rome again. And the gods shall weep for their suffering.
Beep, beep.
Don't look too closely, then I'll see.
Welcome to another episode of the Original Red Pill Show. Today is May 14th, 2015. The Original Red Pill Show is copyrighted by me. No parts of this podcast live on SpreakerRadio.com cannot be reused or rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent. The Original Red Pill Show is opinionated. Therefore, the host, specially callers, guests, whatever, etc., people that are naughty in the chat room, are opinionated. Under no circumstances whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. If you're seeking professional advice, strongly encourage you to hire a licensed required person. Whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. It's working. If you're seeking professional advice, strongly encourage you to hire a license of required person. Whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. Man, it's so freaky. It's like delay on steroids. You should seek a professional, licensed professional. Man, did that fuck me up? Sorry. In his or her field there, little Tommy. I gotta hurry up and get back to me. All right, we have to. I'm only coming through on the left channel here on frickin' Audacity. Man, I just can't get shit straight. Little Tommy. Hey, man. No. That's his name. Did you get it? Hey. Man, how you doing? On this kind of dreary... it's a little dreary here today. I think it's gonna rain. Here in London. Am I in London? No. I'm in Rockford, but I'm outside. And it's so much better than being in my dreary frickin' basement. Although I don't think the audio quality is probably the same because I got a bunch of background noise. And I'm on this Blue Yeti mic professional grade crap. And I think that's why I'm not picking up my right channel, but that doesn't matter. So what's happening? It's like trying different crap, but I probably should hook up to some 7B. Maybe I will as I drink my Ethos water from Starbucks. Yes, cost me $3. Better be giving some money to some kids. All right. So, what's shaking? Wow, that bus is burning a bunch of crap. Wow. If I did that, I get pulled over. Oh, do you know that your vehicle's spewing out crap? No, Ossifer. I just had a teeny weeny little bit of drinky poo. So what's going on? Somebody tweeted me. Did you tweet me? Oh, it's Arnold. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be blowing shit up. This is what it says. I'll look it up. At Schwarzenegger. Hey. The blowing shit up at Arnold at Schwarzenegger contest for a good cause. Amazing. YouTube. Really. Man, he's really... You know, if I put shit on there like that, I would have the cops at my door in 2 seconds. Oh, Mr. Bill, you said you're going to blow shit up. And it's a joke. Hello. But he can say it. And I'm good for him. So anyway, let's see. Movies, speaking of that, movies, books, and electronic crap. Well, there's a lot there. So I got sick and tired of my Android phone. I'm fed up. I'm done. Excuse me. And I went back to my last phone I had was an iPhone 4, and I upgraded it to 7.0. And someone told me not to do that, and I did. And it was the biggest freaking mistake I ever made in my life because it killed my iPhone. So I got pissed, and I'm like, well, I'll just go get an Android. And I've been on Android ever since, which has been, I don't know, maybe 2 years. And I got the iPhone 6 Plus, and there's a few reasons why. well, it's freaking huge. It takes up half my leg in my pocket. And the battery lasts twice as long. I have yet to kill my battery. Of course the fucking phone rings. Who's calling me from Los Angeles? Hey man, this is East LA. I don't want to talk to you assholes. Sorry. There you go. Goodbye. Oh, and that too. So I'm watching the Mexican because I like Brad Pitt. And I'm just going through the channels and I'm watching. And there's this scene where he's riding a donkey. And the donkey just is stubborn, of course. A mule, whatever. And he gets off of it and it takes off. So then he's walking and he's in Mexico and these Mexicans pull up in a pickup. And it's so fucking funny because he's like, can you give me a ride to the next town? And they're looking at him like, whatever. Stupid gringo. And he goes, I have no money, no De Niro. And then the Mexican in the truck goes, Robert De Niro? Yes, EC. And he's like, no. He goes, and then Brad Pitt goes, can you give me a El Rido in the Trunco to the next town? Oh my God, I about died. Like, wow. It was so funny. I actually kind of thought about putting it into my intro because oh man, it is so funny. So anyway, that's part of movies. But the phone. So I went back to the iPhone 6 and I am such a complete dumbass for getting away. This phone actually works. It's smooth as silk. It doesn't lag. I was surprised to find out that I could download Spotify, Amazon Music, because I thought they'd have it all locked up with iTunes. And they don't. And it's like every single app that I was using on my Android I can get through the Apple Store. And I'm like, oh man, this fucking phone, sorry, is just so... The picture is so clear. I am never switching from an Apple phone again, let alone computers and stuff. I've had it with my not my Mac, but my Sony Vaio and Windows. I just can't take it anymore, man. I'm trying so hard. I'm like, forget it. So, but for now, I'll use my MacBook Pro that I'm using right now, which been trusty. Okay, what's going on here? Twitter. Oh, no, just some more stuff. I don't know, movies. What's that? Another one. My Twitter's blowing up. I don't want to talk, well, movies and TV. So, this will be good. Movies not so much. I haven't really seen any. But here's where it gets good. So I'm watching American Idol last night, and it was a finale. And they have all these bands and this and that. I don't know. I really honestly don't know half these people that are on. But I do know Chic. CHIC, because that goes way back to me and being a kid. I don't know about a kid. What are you talking about? 79, 80? Disco, that's why I put disco in the keyword, because disco was out. 70, I don't know, Saturday Night Fever and all the disco stuff, and I was it's about 76, 77, so I was 12, 13, and getting exposed to all this disco stuff. Now, I love Motown and and all that, and Michael Jackson. So I'm watching this last night, and this band Chic is out there, CHIC. I'm almost positive it's not Chick. I know it's not that. I think it's Chic. And I'm listening to this, and I'm like, this is so fucking cool, man. I am getting into this stuff. And they were a little flat, in my opinion. Tempo was a little slow, okay, if I have to be a complete asshole criticizing anything. But for the most part, oh man, it was so awesome. So awesome. And then all the American Idol sang Sister Sledge with We Are Family and all this. I'm like, and they did a great job. They were perfect. Absolutely perfect with the background and stuff. And got into that. And so I'm in that mode. I want to talk about Steven Tyler, too, who just frickin' blew me away last night with his song, whatever you call that genre. Unbelievable. I don't want to get into that right now. Right now, my phone's blowing up, man. It's Arnold again. Get to the chopper, asshole, and then get your ass over to at Omaze to blow shit up. Man, wow. Keep doing it. Is my mic on? Now I'm going to be paranoid after that. That is my password, computer. Fucking computer, sorry. All right, that's an... Oh, I did see Drive Angry because it's playing, and that guy that plays, like, the devil's henchman, he's so hilarious. I don't know what his name is, but there's a scene in the beginning, and he's looking for that girl, or he's looking for Nicolas Cage, and there's this... I'm just calling him when I see him, okay? So there's this big fat owner cook that... Son of a bitch. Man, I got it. I'm going to have to... What time is it? Oh, fuck. I got to take this... All right, so Mike's back on, right? Hello. Yes, it is. So what was I talking about? I was talking about Drive Angry. It's one of my favorite movies. And, yeah, so this guy, I don't know his name, but he's been in a lot of movies. And I've never seen him play a bad guy. And he's looking for Nicolas Cage, and he's the devil's advocate. Not the advocate, but no, not his adversary either. But, you know, his henchman, his side guy, right-hand man. And he's just... looking for Nicolas Cage, and he runs into this big fat restaurant owner, and he calls him something like, "You're a fat fuck," and he's like, "Pardon me?" And he's like, "You're a fat fuck. Would you rather be a dead fat fuck?" And I'm like, oh my god, that movie is so crazy. So I don't know, it's one of my I wouldn't say it's one of my all-time ones, but it was a surprise and sleeper for me. I'm not a huge Nicolas Cage fan, but I do like him, and I do like that movie. It was so cool. So what the hell was I talking about? I was talking about disco. Okay, so I'm old enough to go through that stuff. It's amazing what I've seen. I've seen rock. I've seen like CCR stuff, the Stones, Beatles, but I wasn't really old enough. But I've seen it, exposed to it. I've seen Motown and disco, and then rock, and then grunge, and whatever we're in now, which I don't think anybody knows. But I'm watching this disco stuff last night, and I am just fucking... I'll say it, man. I was loving it. I'm like, this stuff is so cool. And people hated it, but here's why people hated it, okay? Because most white people can't dance. right? There's nothing more sillier and embarrassing than watching white people try to dance. Then you get them drunk, or they get themselves drunk, which I don't condone. I'm just saying, you're at a wedding thing. I mean, DJs must laugh their fucking balls off, okay? Because hey man, can you play Michael Jackson Thriller so I can break out my shit, man? Oh yeah, sure, whatever, dude. If that's what you like. So and you start playing it, and then people drink and they think they can dance better, and it's like, oh my god. So I think that kind of ruined it, because white people just can't dance. I mean, John Travolta can, and there's some few, Fred Astaire. I'm not stereotyping or blanket state, making a blanket statement. I'm just calling them the way I see them. And just white people can't dance, man. They just can't. So I don't think they really liked it. So they're like, well, I don't like this shit because you got to dance, and I'm not going to dance. And it's not one of my favorite things. But yeah, I really think that that's why. But music wise, oh man, this stuff freaking was kicking ass. And so I'm working this morning, and I have a Sony Bluetooth STX 300 or some crap. It's like 300 watts. Or I don't know what it is. I think it's what it is. But so I'm bringing this in to work, because everybody's playing their own shit. And I go, hey, do you mind if I play like the Michael Jackson channel off of Pandora? They're like, oh no, I don't care. It's like, and there's there's Mexicans in there. There's a African American gentleman. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. So I'm playing this stuff, and everybody is just getting into it, man. And it's like, and then people are coming in and like, they're playing Prince, Kiss, and oh man, I can't even remember, but it's the Michael Jackson channel station on Pandora. Just check it out, because I'm like, this stuff is so cool, and really got me going today, man. I'm like, fuck, this is really awesome. I love it. So I'll be playing more of that stuff too. But Michael Jackson, man, what a great, because they had the Jacksons on last night, and they did a great job. But I'm sorry, you're not going to touch Michael Jackson with a 10-foot pole, and it's obvious. I mean, it's just anybody that goes, yeah, I'm going to sing Michael Jackson and shake your body onto the ground or whatever. Or I'm going to sing Whitney Houston. I'm like, oh, man, really? Please leave it alone. You're not going to do it. The only person I heard that sings Michael Jackson good is, now what the hell's his name? Oh man, I can't even think. That's because I'm trying to think now. What is his fucking name? And he does that. He just does that song. I have to think of it. I got it on my phone. But he does a really good, whatever his name is. He does a really good impersonation, I heard. Bruno Mars. Thank you, whoever said that. Bruno Mars does it. A really good job, I guess. So, and I'm sure he does, because I can kind of see that. So, but no, don't touch Michael Jackson. So yeah, it's not a good idea. So I'm watching the finale of American Idol, and Steven Tyler's there, who's one of him and Simon are my favorite judges. And Steve Perry, did I say Steve Perry? Steve Tyler from Aerosmith. Choir double dummy. So it's starting to rain. I might have to stop, because then I can hear this then. So Stephen Perry is I said it again. Steven Tyler is in the audience and all that, and he performs and he sings. I downloaded it. He sang this song with this awesome band in the back, who I could only describe as a good country. I think it was an all-female band. I mean, from what I saw, that's all it was. It was like, whatever, dude. And he sang this song, which was, what the hell is it? Because I don't. Love Is Your Name. And he's singing this thing, and I'm trying to figure out what is it? Phone blowing up again. Twitter. He is singing this, and I'm like, what the hell? What is this? And the best way I can describe it, I guess, is country. But he sings this song as only he can sing it, and I really encourage you to watch it on YouTube if it's up there. The song's good, but his live version and what he did, it is just, it was amazing. Amazing. And I'm like, this is so cool. Then he sang that, and then Jax came up and they sang, he thought he was going to do Walk This Way, but they sang, what the hell did they sing? Janis Joplin. Take Another Little Piece of My Heart. Who Sammy Hagar has a freaking awesome version of that on Standing Hampton, but I don't want to get into that. But yeah, Steven Tyler, wow. Still has it. Great voice. Never lost it, I guess. But man, I was just like, I was floored. So it's one of those things again where I hear something and I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. And of course it's Steven Tyler, but it's the mix of it wasn't rock. It was a folk country, I don't know, just a little bit of rock maybe in the rhythm part of it section, but everything else was country to me. And it's, that's what country is to me anyways, rock, soft rock, but country is more rock than rock now, in my opinion. So that's probably why it worked. But wow. Really, really, really awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, and then I asked Amy, the singing girl who I follow on Twitter. This will be interesting. She's trying to recruit people to take singing lessons. So I asked her if we can do it on the air, and this is a huge warning. I'll hook up the Shure SM7B for that because I ain't going to be trying to sing into this thing. But yeah, I said if you want to do this live, I'll do it. So I'm going to make a complete ass out of myself singing. So just could be fun. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I have no idea. But I just figure why not? So I don't care. Make an ass out of myself anyway. So why not? Why not sing? So we'll do that too. So you stay tuned for that and see what happens, and just have some fun. I guess that's what it's all about. So what are we at? Half an hour? Oh yeah, the new intro. Like I said, I just I don't know. I like Payday Monsanto, and I've had that intro forever, and I just figured I'd change it up a little bit. So I hope you like that too. And then Forever Still, Last Day, which I think fits in pretty good, especially with that electronic stuff they do in the beginning. It's really, really cool. Good stuff. I want to thank them again for letting me use that. And I don't know if I want to get into what I want to get into because it's pretty deep, and I'm not in a deep mood right now. I'm in a fun mood. I just blew the doors off. Man, yeah, you can't squawk into this thing like you can the SM7B. I don't give a shit what they say. So I don't know what it is with that mic, but it takes a lot of sound abuse and cuts out all the background. Son of a bitch. Ohio. The fuck is calling me from Ohio? I don't know. So no, you can stop anytime now. Message piss off. Nope, sorry, I can't talk right now. There we go. That's kind of cool too. It just pops up automatic messages. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit, and I'll just touch it. I'll just dip my toe into the pond here. Is I was on the internet and I was listening to a guy named David Icke. Now, this is the Red Pill Show. Okay, so this is open mind, entertainment, learning stuff. So you have to have that open mind. And he was saying things, and I'm like, wow, that is so crazy, but not crazy like you're crazy, but crazy like, wow. Kind of like what I saw last night. with Steven Tyler, and like, wow, man, that's crazy. That's cool. That's so cool, crazy thing. Because I'm at the point where I can pretty much hear and see anything and really not be surprised. And that's, I've seen and heard so much shit that it's like, you know what? Yeah, why not? I don't care, really. So I try to open my mind up to that type of mental acceptability, I guess, acceptance, and go. Instead of going, oh, no, you're crazy, you're full of shit, that's nuts. Maybe not. Why? Why not? Why not? As long as there's some type of sun. Now Omaha is calling me. What is this? Is it Warren Buffett? So, make sure I didn't answer the phone. No. So I'm listening to this guy, and this is really deep stuff. So he's saying this, that there's certain people going way back to the Romans that have, it's going to sound kind of weird, but have always had power, royalty, way back, I mean, way back, clear to the Romans, the Egyptians, and the bloodline, and those people are still in power. And I don't want to get into that so much, because that's like, but what I want to get into is what he was saying, how everything is a frequency, which is vibration, which I believe. I'm a huge Nikola Tesla fan, and he was onto something with that stuff, with transmission of wireless power, which I'm positive he did in Colorado Springs. I have his book, and he did it. He lit up light bulbs miles away, man-made thunder in Colorado Springs. So he was onto something, and he kept emphasizing how everything is vibration and energy and resonance. And I'm like, that's pretty intense, man. Harmonics, all that kind of stuff. He made an earthquake machine that shook the shit out of New York City in his apartment, that just about destroyed it. You know, believe me, look it up. So it's that kind of thing. And we're all tuned to a frequency that is our own. Son of a bitch. Now Belvedere's calling me. I have never had so many people call me at the same time. So, and I'm trying to get into thought here. You're interrupting me. So, there's a big old truck behind me. So, everybody has their own frequency per se, kind of like a radio station or TV, or and you can tune that to something else if you don't like it. Except we can't tune our own frequency. We are what we are. So when you're a certain frequency, whatever megahertz that is, or kilohertz, or whatever it is, I don't know what we vibrate at. Yes, I do. No, you don't. That's your frequency. So if you're at a certain frequency, you're tuned in with other things that are in that frequency, whatever that is. Music, people, just things that naturally are perceived by you, because you're an antenna, you're a receiver and a transmitter. And to sound really ridiculous, you also, because of your indoctrination in education and environment, your brain is wired to operate on the quote-unquote software that you've been programmed with. And I know this sounds really fucking weird. Trust me, like, what in the hell is he? Hey, this is the Red Pill Show, man. So just listen and try to understand what I'm saying here, because this makes perfect sense to me. That's why you get vibes off, and don't tell me you don't. You get vibes off of people. You know who to be around, who not to be around, blah, 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 blah. Really good people that can manipulate the vibes they give off. Good salesmen, no offense. You know, people that are trying to get something out of you, whatever that may be. You know, being a man or a woman or whatever. You know, it's like sometimes they can fool you, sometimes they can't. I cannot believe this. So that's what I'm talking about. So just think about that. I'm gonna have to go because my fucking phone won't stop ringing. But we're all have a certain software to us and a frequency and all that stuff. It's attracted to us by our frequency and by our thinking, which is our software. Now, that's why when you hear something like this, you go, there's no way, you're full of shit, I don't believe this, this is that. That's your programming in your software, in your frequency, that you're like, this doesn't jive with you. It's like trying to get a channel that you're not tuned to. It's like you're not even going to get it. And that's a whole nother thing with our five senses and perception, which is limited. And on top of that, I really truly think there goes beyond that, into the psychic realm and into intuitiveness and premonitions and things of that. So what he was saying was really, really interesting, and it really kind of sparked something in me. So I'm not going to elaborate too much on it because that's some really heavy shit right there. And that's why some of us are musicians and artists and painters or workers or bookkeepers or law enforcement, or because we're all tuned to different things that floats our boat, and that's what we want to do, what we're attracted to. That's why some of us are hetero, some of us are gay, some of us are whatever. It's what you're attracted to because that's who you are, and it's not your fault. It's not saying that it is your fault, but I'm just saying that's why you like what you like, because you are who you are. Period. And there's no sense in fighting it. So, fuck. So anyway, I'm going to go, and that's enough. That's absolutely ridiculous. You'd think at the end of the day I could have my own time here, but I can't. So I'm going to let you go. Just think about what I said, and I'll elaborate on that later. I got like 50 fucking people to call back now. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it makes some sense. And just think about it, because it's like, whoa, dude. It's like, and I'm not even smoking pot or drinking or nothing. So I was just totally being sober, which is nuts. So anyway, thanks for listening to me. God bless everybody, and have a great day. And I'll be back. Oops. You have been listening to the Red Pill Show. Okay, now I can play that.